If reaching for a coffee mug on the top shelf sends a sharp pain through your shoulder, you aren't just losing mobility, you are losing independence. That moment of hesitation before you lift your arm changes how you live in your own home, but you can reclaim that range without surgery. In this conversation, we are going to use gentle, evidence-based movements to create space in the shoulder joint so you can reach overhead pain-free. We will cover the space creator stretch, why posture affects your reach, and a daily routine that fits into your morning coffee ritual. Let's get your freedom back. We need to start by understanding the mechanic inside your shoulder. Imagine your shoulder joint as a ball sitting in a shallow socket covered by a roof made of bone and ligament. Running through the narrow space between the ball and that roof is a crucial tendon. When you are young, there is plenty of room there. But as we age, gravity, posture, and wear and tear shrink that space. When you lift your arm, the ball rises up. If there isn't enough room, the bone pinches the tendon against the roof. That is the sharp pain you feel. It is a mechanical traffic jam. Most people try to force their way through this traffic jam. They grimace and shove their arm up, thinking they need to stretch it out. That is exactly what you should not do. Forcing the bone into the tendon only creates more inflammation, which causes swelling, which creates even less space. It becomes a cycle of pain. To break the cycle, we have to stop focusing on the arm and start focusing on the foundation the arm sits on. Before we fix the shoulder, we have to talk about the spine. This is the hidden cause that almost everyone misses. If you are sitting in a chair right now, try something for me. Slouch forward. Round your upper back like you are looking at a smartphone. Now, without straightening up, try to lift your arm as high as you can. You will feel it stick. It physically cannot go all the way up. The shape of your spine blocks the shoulder blade from tilting back. Now, sit up tall, lift your chest, try reaching up again. You instantly have more range. This tells us that your shoulder pain might actually be a back problem. As we get older, our upper backs tend to round forward. This is called kyphosis. It is natural, but it locks our shoulder blades in a bad position. If the shoulder blade cannot move, the arm cannot lift. We have to free the upper back first. This brings us to our first movement. We call this the seated thoracic extension. You do not need to get on the floor. You just need a chair with a backrest that comes up to about the middle of your shoulder blades. Sit all the way back. Lace your fingers behind your head to support your neck. Keep your elbows wide. Now, gently lean back over the top of the chair. You are not trying to crack your back, you are just trying to reverse that forward curve. Breathe out as you lean back. Feel the stretch across your chest and into your spine. Hold it for 3 seconds, then return to neutral. Repeat this 5 or 6 times. What you are doing is unlocking the foundation. You are giving your shoulder blade permission to move again. If you do this every time you sit down to watch television, you might find that reaching for the remote becomes easier within a week. However, moving the spine is only the first step. We still have to deal with the joint itself. If your shoulder has been hurting for a while, it is likely stiff and dry. Joints have a natural lubricant called synovial fluid. When we stop moving a joint because of pain, that fluid dries up. The joint becomes like a rusty hinge. We need to grease the hinge without grinding the gears. This leads to the second movement, which is the gold standard for gentle relief. It is called the pendulum. This exercise uses gravity to pull the arm bone away from the socket, instantly creating that space we talked about earlier. It relieves the pressure on the tendon while encouraging fluid to flow back into the joint. To do this, stand next to a table or a counter. Place your good hand on the table for support. Lean forward slightly at the waist, keeping your back flat. Let your painful arm hang down completely loose. Imagine your arm as a piece of rope tied to your shoulder. It should be dead weight. Do not use your shoulder muscles to move the arm. Instead, use your hips to gently rock your body. As you rock your body, your arm will start to swing. Move it in small circles, clockwise first, then counterclockwise, then forward and backward. The key here is total relaxation. If you feel your shoulder muscles gripping, stop and shake it out. You want the weight of your arm to gently traction the joint. Do this for 30 seconds in each direction. It is safe, it is soothing, and it prepares the joint for real movement. We have mobilized the back and lubricated the joint. Now we have to address the pattern of movement. When we are in pain, our brain changes how we move. We start to hike our shoulders up by our ears when we try to reach for things. This is a protective reflex, but it actually makes the pinching worse. We have to retrain the brain to keep the shoulder blade down while the arm goes up. This brings us to the third movement, the wall slide. You will need a small hand towel for this. Stand facing a wall about 6 inches away. Fold the towel and place it against the wall with the pinky side of your forearm pressing into it. Your elbow should be bent at 90 degrees, resting against the wall. Now, here is the secret. Before you slide your arm up, gently squeeze your shoulder blade down and back. Keep that tension. Now, slide your forearm up the wall. As you reach up, focus on keeping your shoulder from shrugging up toward your ear. Go only as high as you can without pain. The moment you feel a pinch, stop. That is your current limit. Pause there, breathe, and slide back down. The towel reduces friction, making the movement smoother. Do 10 repetitions. You are teaching your body a new path. You are telling your brain that it is safe to lift the arm without shrugging. Over time, that pain-free limit will get higher and higher. It is not about forcing the height. It is about mastering the path. Consistency matters more than intensity here. You cannot force a shoulder to heal in 1 day, but you can coax it to heal over 30 days. If you are finding value in these specific techniques, consider subscribing to Primetime Wisdom. We are building a library of practical knowledge for the years that matter most, and your support helps us bring these conversations to more people who need them. There is another element to this puzzle that we often overlook. It is how you sleep. You spend roughly 8 hours a night in 1 or 2 positions. If you sleep on your side and your arm falls across your chest, you are compressing the shoulder joint all night long. This wrings out the blood supply to the rotator cuff tendons. That is why so many people wake up with an aching shoulder. The fix is simple. You need a pillow prop. When you lie on your uninjured side, place a thick pillow in front of your chest. Rest your painful arm on that pillow. This keeps the arm bone centered in the socket. It prevents that compression and allows blood to flow to the tendon while you sleep. Recovery happens when we rest, but only if we rest in a good position. Now, let us address a common objection. Many people over 60 are told that their pain is simply arthritis and that they have to live with it. While arthritis involves the wearing down of cartilage, it does not mean you are sentenced to immobility. Motion is lotion. The more you move the joint within a pain-free range, the more you nourish the remaining cartilage. The stiffest shoulders are usually the ones that are protected the most. We also hear from people who worry that they might do further damage. This is a valid fear. The rule of thumb is to respect sharp pain, but explore dull aches. Sharp stabbing pain is a red light. It means you are pinching something. Stop immediately and reset. A dull stretching sensation or a feeling of fatigue is a green light. That is the tissue adapting. There is also the question of weights. Should you use dumbbells to strengthen the shoulder? Eventually, yes, but not yet. You need mobility before you add stability. If you add weight to a shoulder that doesn't move correctly, you are just strengthening a dysfunction. Master the wall slide and the pendulum first. Once you have full range of motion without pain, then you can talk to a physical therapist about resistance bands. Let's put this into a daily routine. It takes less than 5 minutes. Do it in the morning while your coffee is brewing. Start with the seated thoracic extension while you are waiting for the water to boil. Do 5 reps to open your chest. Then, while the coffee steeps, do the pendulum swing, 30 seconds each way. Finally, find a wall and do 10 slow, controlled wall slides. That is it. You have just fed your joints, opened your posture, and set the pattern for the day. If you stick to this, you aren't just fixing a shoulder. You are changing the trajectory of your aging process. You are choosing to be capable. You are choosing to be active. You are choosing to reach for what you want, literally and metaphorically. There is a saying that wisdom is the reward for a lifetime of listening. Listen to your body. Treat it with respect, not force. Give it the space and the movement it craves, and it will serve you well. If you found this helpful, click the like button so this video can reach others who are struggling in silence. And if you want to continue this journey of aging with strength and dignity, subscribe to the channel. We will see you in the next conversation. Keep reaching.